When is the right time to begin? Perhaps you're considering that you're not ready to start fitness journey, start learning to draw, begin an early morning meditation routine, or simply tidy up your living space. Maybe you're right. And if you believe you are ready now, you're also right. As my life coach always emphasizes, whether you think you can or you cannot do something, you're right. I'm not here to tell you to follow your dreams. I am no motivational speaker, and I'm sure we've heard that kind of speech countless times, and it becomes boring. Firstly, let's tune into those repetitive voices in your head, voices that claim you need more time to start exercising, more money to delve into a hobby, more friends or a team to kick off a project, more space to learn cooking, or the perfect look before launching a YouTube channel. You're not alone. We all experience those talks in our mind. These voices criticize you, criticize others, and assert that it's useless, that you can't achieve anything. Here's a secret I want to share. Those voices are not you, and those thoughts are not even yours. They're just recordings someone once told you, and now they're on a loop. You don't need to resist them. You just need to recognize that they are there and that they cannot define you. In life, we accumulate a lot, and it took me a while to realize that our thoughts often originate from others. Someone from somewhere said those things to you, and now, as you recall, they've become ingrained in your mind. Perhaps it's because not just one person has told you that, but thousands have. These thoughts have deeply rooted themselves in your mind, creating an illusion of imperfection. Next, have conversations with your mind as if it were a friend. You don't need to hate it, just listen. It's telling stories and complaining. But now you're just a listener. It belongs to you, but it's not you. Listen and thank it with the compassion of an adult listening to a child. That's another perspective or explanation. Our brains operate like a program system. What you hear, what you see, what you do every day is stored in your memory, creating a set of programs that run automatically. And the more these programs repeat, the more ingrained they become. Thus, you feel trapped in that mental clutter. You think you're the one thinking, but these thoughts are running in your head, much like a child talking about what he's heard. Let me tell you, the more you resist them, the harder it seems to get out of your thoughts. When you find yourself entangled in the mess, you inadvertently put yourself in a slave position, struggling and resisting, trying desperately to break free, but simply stand back and observe with a firm attitude. Certainly, you're not it anymore. And it's not about stopping the voices. It's about becoming wiser. It's okay if you still hear those voices. Johnny, one of my revered teachers, gave me this tip. Imagine you're walking down the street and suddenly billboards appear. Those are advertisements for cosmetics, various clothing, and technical gadgets. They claim you'll be perfect, beautiful, and stylish if you own them. And immediately that makes you feel like right now you're not a whole. It's fine to like them, but don't see them as the next perfection that you must achieve. When you're wise enough to see things at the way they are, certainly you're gliding past those billboards calmly without the need to tear them down. And the message I want to convey is life is already prepared for us, and you are perfect as the way you are. Now it is about living it. I never understood when people, including my mentor, said the best time to start is now. Yes, because you can't comprehend it through thinking. You need experience to understand. How many times have you invested time and effort into thinking about something and then it never happens? Usually, you just need to know about 20% and start experiencing and learning as you go. Perhaps you're waiting for inspiration to kick in, or someone to give you words of encouragement to motivate you. Well, that's because you're not doing what you love. And I ask you, why spend your time and life on something you don't enjoy? If you have to work a 9 to 5 job to earn a living, that's fine, but delegate at least 20% of your time to something you love. This isn't just my theory, it's an advice from my life coach. I guess among us, some may not know what they like. Ironically, here's something seemingly contradictory. You also can't know what you like or want until you actually do something. Anything, as long as it's not illegal, of course. Have you ever considered that you need to do something to know if you like it or not? For me, new experiences reveal who you truly are. Now the past becomes helpful. From a young age, you've done things you enjoyed. Perhaps for a long time you felt proficient in something, but the world bombards you with messages about what you should do and the definition of success in their mind. And the world's marketing always tells you that you need to own this and that, hundreds of things, and slowly you forget the joy you found in being who you really are. Freedom now means you take a step without being constrained by any conditions. You take action without being dependent on whatever thoughts in your mind or even when you don't feel like it. And only when you take a stand will everything gradually become clear to you. I used to believe that life didn't give me freedom, from my parents, school, to society. But the truth is, you hold yourself captive with your thoughts and beliefs. No one can take away your freedom unless you allow them to. You accept everything happening to you, consciously or unconsciously. I used to feel trapped, convinced I lacked freedom. Despite exploring different places, diving into books, and acquiring knowledge, that feeling of suffering has never disappeared. And it wasn't until I immersed myself in activities that I love that the weight lifted and worry just gone away. Engaging in what brings you joy leaves no room for anxiety. It's when you're bored that worries creep in and the stress builds up because you know you're worrying. And when you're stressed, you can't really do what you want, which makes you worry even more. It's like a never-ending loop. As humans, we often think we need some big achievement to be considered successful and respected by others. But what if I were to tell you that tomorrow you get all the money you wanted, reach the highest position, and achieve all your dreams? What would you do in the next 24 hours, the next days, months, and years? Or what if the pain in your life isn't from working or learning, but from the goals you're chasing? We need to know what we want and where we need to get to, of course, but holding on to those goals too tightly ties us to some future day and makes us overlook everything else. Every single step that you take, every lesson that you learn, every time that you gain experience and meet lovely people. Because today you might feel like you're not good enough, or you're not beautiful enough, or successful enough, and then that future day finally comes. You're happy with just lasts for such a short time. Maybe you get a good score or buy something you want, but soon your ego tells you there's more to chase, and the cycle repeats. The point is, living your life and spending time on doing your thing is more important than constantly chasing some big purpose. So, count down from 5 to 1 and give yourself a day to do things that make you feel happy. If you're not sure where to start, just start anywhere, with anything. When you're about to share something, don't focus on making perfect plans for the future. Instead, keep your plan in the paper and talk about how you're starting it today. Don't just say you will start, say you are already doing it. Your choice of words really affects your mindset, your actions, and your entire life. If you're in business, you probably know that starting today is way better than waiting for the perfect time tomorrow. Even if you start with small steps, because in reality, things don't work out perfectly as planned. I've started and abandoned many things, but the most important lesson I've gained is a better understanding of myself, what I like and what I don't. Don't get caught up wondering if starting something is good or bad, right or wrong. The truth is, there's no right answer. You are capable of so much more than you think. So basically that's what I wanted to share with you, and also what I wanted to tell myself. So let me know in the comment if you start something new today. I'll see you in the next episode, and bye for now.